Hello and welcome back to SolidWorks Live at 3D Experience World 2020. I am joined by the winners of the Hackathon competition, Team 3. Yeah, so if you didn't get a chance, earlier on SolidWorks Live throughout yesterday, we were broadcasting a video that encouraged you to go vote and get engaged with the hackathon that was taking place here in 3D Experience for Good. So we're joined here by, let's just go ahead and start here. Let's have all of you introduce yourself. Tell us who you are, where you're from.
I'm Kyra Lujan. I'm working out of the Waltham office for SolidWorks on the tech support team.
Okay.
My name is Jacob Baykovsky. I'm an elite application engineer for GoEngineer, and I'm based out of Santa Ana, California.
Okay.
Hey, my name is David Stockdale. I work in Spokane, Washington at a company called Wagstaff.
Hey, my name is Eric Haddad. I'm here from El Paso, Texas. I'm representing a couple of businesses, my own business, DiFi 3D and product development, and 3D Aero Ventures, where I'm printing 3D printable remote control airplanes.
Hey, I'm Ben Hardy. I'm a senior in mechanical engineering at Kansas State University.
And I'm Jordan Tadich, just a tech guy out of Cleveland, Ohio with SolidWorks.
So you guys, you know, interestingly, you all sound like you come from different companies and industries, but I think the thing that stood out to me most is you're located from all over the country. Not one of you are located near any one of the others. So let's talk a little bit about how this got started for you guys. And this is, anybody can jump in, like somebody reach out, decided, hey, we want you to get involved in this prosthetic hand. Anybody care to like chime in?
I think it was different for everybody. I think someone knew somebody and nominated each of us from a different person. So
okay.
For me personally, Rachel York called me up and said, hey, we think you'd be good for this. Like, they're putting a team together of industrial designers, mechanical engineers, project planning experts, trying to make 5 well-rounded teams for this competition, and they just kind of called people that they knew to see if they'd be interested.
SolidWorks was like, hey, do you want to be on a team? And I was like, yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah.
All right. Did you guys have any idea what this was going to be?
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about when this actually got started. Obviously, the culmination of this was yesterday, but you actually got started not too long ago, right?
All right, I'll go. Yeah, late December, early January.
So not very long ago.
And we got the design specs January 10th. So we didn't know what we were doing. We were thinking maybe we'd be redesigning one little portion of the design or upgrading that. And they were just like, redesign the entire hand. And we were like, okay, we've got 4 to 5 weeks to do this. Should be fun. And a bunch of creative individuals on this team. So probably want to describe some of the aspects of the design too.
Yeah, but just to get started, we all got really integrated with the platform, and we did all of our work through it, and that was really beneficial in terms of alleviating all of the, time zone challenges and overlapping ideas so that we could really collaborate effectively.
Yeah, so let's talk really quick about what the challenge was and what you were tasked with. We obviously see this hand here. There's a hand here on the middle of the stage.
Having the ability to point
this, let's talk about
to a
what we
friend
were
to
actually
shake
here
your
to
name.
do for the hackathon. Anybody want to give the pitch?
Yeah, so we were basically tasked with sort of putting ourselves in the shoes of the end user of this product, and to try to figure out how we can make this already pretty good, LN4 work even better, and how we can even get it to more people. And so it meant kind of putting ourselves in the shoes of who was going to be using it and what was going to work best for them. And so it meant making it strong, but also have some functionality, and also we kind of thought of it as whole human design.
So the LM4, so the folks at home who might not know, this is kind of a standard, ready-to-go prosthetic that's low cost, able to be mass-produced, right?
Yeah.
And so we kind of had to still meet some of that criteria. This had to be affordable, right?
Yeah, I think we probably have one of the originals if we want to bring it out here.
Yeah.
But
If you want to go get it, that's
the
fine.
one with the jacket. I think it's in there.
So yeah, it's
Actually, no, it's not.
It's a
not in there.
mass-produced
It's in my other bag.
product, the existing one.
The LN4 basically is it's manufactured and assembled by different groups around the country, and they maintain a big supply of them so that when they go on trips or send people to areas where there are lots of people impacted by either single or double amputation, they get fitted for these devices and then get to use them.
So this is the LM4 that's currently provided.
Exactly,
and this is available at low cost, mass produced. So these were some of the design constraints that you had to do. This is an amazing program within itself. Yeah, this is a free program, but this is a 15-year-old design, right? Is that the number that I heard?
Yeah, 15
so
to 20
they're
years.
looking at improving the design, looking at a way to deliver kind of a new prosthetic that's going to offer more. So you guys were tasked with getting on the 3D Experience platform and coming up with a design, and that was kind of the only.
They gave us some constraints, like it had to be, under, cost effective, under $100 to make. It needs to be purely mechanical, so nothing, a lot of moving parts that could potentially fail, or no electronics.
A lifetime, a shelf life of 3 to 5 years in use.
Yep.
More human-like. It had to hold the phone. You had to be able to hold other things like a pen, a brush, a mug.
Okay.
The two main ideas were to improve the overall appearance so that it was more realistic, because that's something that's very important to the users of the device, and then to provide additional functionality that you don't have in the existing model.
Okay. So let's talk about how you guys got started. So you get on the 3D Experience platform, I assume Ideation starts, right?
Oh, we had so much fun pressing the idea button and watching ideas funnel through, and some of them get implemented. Oh, let's have this one. Oh, we had one with a claw, and we had one that had, oh my God, we went through so many different things. We were looking at compliant mechanisms, we were just, oh, let's do that. And oh, he had a good idea for this. Oh, okay, I'll work on this while he does that one. It was so fun and easy, and now my virtual friends are real.
Yeah, I mean, this is the important thing. You never, throughout the entire process until you got here to 3D Experience World, met in a real life scenario.
So funny story. So I 3D printed just one of the. We just had a hand that Jordan. We were all putting stuff together, making it in X shape. We had this human-like hand. We were all going to pick it apart and do a portion of it. And I print this hand out, and I was like, this is a really huge hand. Jordan, are you 7 feet tall?
The initial shape was measured off my hand, and I rounded up, I swear, just a few millimeters to the next even number.
I'm not gonna.
But those few millimeters really stack up on a hand. If a hand's a little bit bigger, it seems enormous. So that's what happened. So we have the extra large size already designed, but we're planning.
Now you're going to work on medium and small?
Yeah, right.
Very good. So what made you... So you came, I assume you went through these ideas and you kind of settled in on what the core tenet of the design was going to be. Did you then continue to use ideas to refine the individual features?
Totally, yeah. It was a continual funnel, and like they mentioned, we came up with so many things. Compliant mechanisms. One of the groups actually pulled it off. It was a really cool design, but we needed to balance between what we could get done in 4 weeks, but also what's practical enough and sturdy enough. So some of the features.
Let's go. Let's take a look at the actual design here.
I'll start with the thumb, and then we could pass it off, because we all tackled a different finger. And one of the things that you notice is, first off, that it's 3 fingers: the thumb, the index finger, and this guy.
There's 6 of us here.
There's many more features. There's an armband, everything. But the thumb is basically one of the key things is that it needed to be ambidextrous, right?
Oh, look at that. It
so
goes
you
from
could
left-hand to
assemble
right-handed.
this by switching the fingers around, and the thumb's ready to go. So the thumb indexes into different positions. It's open, and you could shake someone's hand. That was a key thing, the human element. And then you could throw it in a perpendicular position for a pinch, right? For a more delicate pinch, which is the index finger, and then you can move it into this position, which is why we have the big gap there for a fully clenched fist.
So I was curious why you had that gap when I was walking through.
It's also important for with little kids doing the I got your nose magic trick.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah. Maybe you want to discuss another feature?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
That release mechanism is what you get.
Yeah. Talk about that release mechanism.
So we wanted the these top 4 fingers to be able to ratchet close, so you can see it ratchets and will stay in position. And then the existing LN4,
you have to
you manually do it as well.
Right.
And then to release it, you push on the top of the whole hand and it releases.
Okay.
So brilliant design. and they've given 50,000 of these away, so they're super effective. But we thought we can improve on, if this is holding something heavy, it can tend to release itself because it bends the whole hand.
Okay.
So we decided to do push buttons on the side, and there'll be a spring incorporated inside that will release it back to the open position.
Okay, so it'll automatically go back to its neutral position at that
And now-
point.
And you can do either side. So if you wanted to just keep the finger up, you could do that side and release it individually. Or,
You're saying you guys are number one, right?
Exactly.
You were tier
Yeah.
3, but you were...
You
Yeah.
can point like this
Exactly.
and like this. But we
So-
also, to store the energy inside of it, we actually have a torsion spring in there. So,
Okay.
in order for it won't come back up and bring back to its resting position by itself. So there's a spring in there that stores that energy.
Okay.
And so when you push the button, it releases
spring
it.
back.
You can kind of see it in there. Yeah.
That's okay. Yeah, that's what design is
Yeah.
about, right?
Yeah.
In iteration.
Yeah, so I think this is the first physical prototype we've ever made, and it was already semi-functional, so we were really proud that we were able to get that far in 4
Yeah.
weeks.
So one of the other things that we tried to incorporate into this was capacitive touch capability. So
Yeah, go ahead.
Eric actually printed. I don't remember what the material was here.
Yeah,
that,
so this
that
is
you
all
printed,
just
but
3D printed as
Okay.
a prototype. So long term, it would be plastic injection production.
molded. Yep.
But yeah, they do make. So this would be like a TPE overmold that they make conductive materials that are plastic injectable.
wow.
So pretty easy to just apply that, and you'd be able to use this. I don't know how many people in third world countries are using smartphones, but there is that capability. And Kyra had a great idea of why don't we wrap that around every finger, so no matter how you touch the phone, with what side of the finger, it's going to work for capacitive touch.
And
Okay.
if you want different colors, for females, maybe you want to, paint your toenail or not fingernails. You could have different color overmolds.
Yeah.
Yep.
Also, if you look at the index finger here, there's a link inside it. And that link allows this to bend. So if you bend this one, it's also bending the...
So each digit or each portion of the finger is actually sharing the
Yeah.
distribution of
Yeah,
that.
Exactly.
so this is the interphalangeal point that it rotates around, and we
I did
combine
not
the
know that.
mid-distal phalanx, to the proximal phalanx. We learned a lot about biology.
Yeah, we learned.
We did extensive research on the biology, and we had a great time posting all of that research to the platform.
Yep.
And we were only given about a week to learn the platform, but I thought it was kind of seamless. I mean, it was intuitive. You have the windows, and you have just all this capability to post and share ideas, and it was great for us being so far apart from each other.
Yeah.
So
We even collaborated on our final presentation was given through a dashboard.
Oh,
But-
yeah, that's great. So you're not only using it as a collaborative tool, you use it as a way to kind of bring your ideas to others as
Yeah,
well.
as a communication tool as well. So,
We made a
yeah.
dashboard for it.
It was
Very
really
cool.
great to go back and see our process through basically our community and say, oh, this at this point we were looking at this. And then from there it evolved, and you can kind of follow the design process, but also every other aspect. You see the models as they're developed, you see just different pieces coming together.
Very cool.
Yeah, it's cool. Just like in SolidWorks Desktop, you have your history tree of how your design went. Now we've got a history of our
Your
whole journey.
conversations
Yeah,
and
it's really
everything
cool.
you've done.
There's this nice idea funnel.
Yep.
And so you can hover over and you can see this was implemented, this wasn't implemented, and this is in the works, and it's just a really great visual tool in the project planning. And okay, we're gonna do that, and you're gonna do this one. How are you? Oh, look, we're gonna press 100% on 50% on this one.
So
Yeah,
you guys were not only using it as a communication tool, you guys were doing your project planning in there as well,
Oh,
like
yeah.
assigning tasks to individual users on this. Did you guys use the XApps, the design tools, to actually create the models?
Oh, yes. And it was very convenient to be able to go into a prismatic design. So we took all the concept sketches, put them in the X design for the prismatic shapes, and then when we needed organic shapes, you just press the X key. And now you're making organic shapes. You could start pulling, and it
Sounds
was
pretty easy.
It was. So the design process started in X shape, making the overall form, and then we took it and subdivided it into components, and then that eventually landed in SolidWorks Desktop to complete the design with all the detailed if you take that apart, if you disassemble it, there's ribs in there. There's, it's all shelled out.
Yep, lip
We've got it
grooves.
pretty close to the final
Might want to make it,
manufacturable point.
yeah, you're going to want to make a plastic injection mold at that
Exactly.
point.
Oh,
So
yeah.
you might want to leverage some of those legacy tools that
In
we
fact,
have.
there's
yeah.
a mounting boss in the point here for the interphalangeal point. It's a mounting boss that connects the lip grooves here on the two sides. So
Okay.
with all the ribs inside, and we put the ribs in here, like we put the manufacturing in there.
So you guys finished the design, but you were working on some stuff here. Was it yesterday or was it the day? No, it was Monday. It was the day before. It's been a really long week. You guys were all here with your individual teams. You come together for the last time. What was actually going on in here on Monday? Just the final touches, getting ready for the presentations?
Yeah. We were just doing final touches, mainly just getting our presentation ready and
Okay.
up to snuff, making sure we knew our talking points, and it was competition time. It was
Yep.
time to see which team had the best prototype to move on to production. So
Very cool.
Yeah.
It came down to the last second.
yeah,
Couldn't have done any. Yeah.
I will say that like you felt the competition, you felt the pressure, and you felt like the competitiveness of it all. But at the same time, the thing that like brought us a lot of peace of mind is that this is going to an amazing cause, and it's
Yeah.
like if we lost, there's like pride in that too, because
Sure.
that just means someone beat that design, and that's a great thing.
Yep.
So it was so much fun to be a part of, because putting in an extra hour here or something like that never felt like a big sacrifice because it was going to such a cool cause.
And I think looking at all of the other designs, it was so interesting to see commonalities between things and
Yep.
ideas that we had discussed and didn't incorporate, and seeing how they would be able to be incorporated with what we had, and just overall growing the LN4 into the most successful device for
The other
everyone who
teams
uses
had,
it.
sorry to cut you off.
Yeah.
They had some amazing aspects to their designs as well, and we know there's things from those designs that the judges and Michael Mendonça of the foundation would probably want to incorporate into his
Yeah,
next design,
sure.
or maybe another iteration of the design, and so
I'm sure this whole
their
thing,
work isn't lost.
Yeah, I'm sure all of this was an experience where they're looking at all the designs and really looking at what are the best aspects
Yeah.
of all of them. So congratulations to everybody, all the
Yeah.
teams that participated in the hackathon for sure. Congratulations to Team 3 for coming out the ultimate victor on this.
Yeah, thank you.
I want to thank all of you for taking a little time out of your day to come and join me. I've had the amazing opportunity to meet some really cool people this week, and you're just an example, of some of the really great stuff that our community is doing, getting involved in a project like this.
We're
So.
honored and humbled, sir.
We're always tuned in and watching you, Jeremy. You're the best on
Thanks,
camera.
Jordan.
We appreciate that
Thanks,
too.
Jordan.
It's fun.
So stay tuned. We're going to be right back. We have one more interview coming up this afternoon, and then we're going to go to a breakout session a little bit later, and then as we get we're getting closer to the end here. So we're going to reset the stage here, and we'll be right back. So stay tuned.